Hello everyone, LRon here with part 9 of my total Terraria world Annihilation. So, this is the part where the wall of flesh accidentally gets killed. I'm here going about my business, mining obsidian while the ocean falls directly into hell. A voodoo doll demon gets killed by the dragon over a pile of lava, which then makes the guide voodoo doll fall into the lava, which spawns the wall of flesh, and then the dragon kills it instantaneously. Yeah, so I guess, long story short, if you want to have the most effortless twink in the universe, have someone get you some Stardust Dragon and Stardust Armor to go with it. You can kill the expert mode. No, this isn't even an expert mode wall of flesh. This is a standard wall of flesh, so I didn't make this an expert mode world. So you can kill a standard wall of flesh with 0 effort. So this is where I get really stupid. I switched to the flying saucer while too low, so I sink too far, and the flying saucer does not work in liquids. And so I am being a retard trying to get the flying saucer to work until I completely burn to death in the lava. And it was one of those really dumb things. I shouldn't have died there. I should have went a little higher to switch my mounts so that I wouldn't have ran that risk, and I should have realized that, you know, it wasn't working much faster than I did. So I would have been able to cell phone out, but I guess it's not like cell phoning out was going to do much good for me. I've got the infinite bucket of water in my piggy bank, but it was going to take way too long to get to that. So, I like to go with the saying, I may be psychotic, but I'm not stupid. But stuff like that likes to disprove my claims about the stupidity side. For what it's worth, I'm usually not stupid. But, all the time, I am psychotic. So at least there's that. I get to be right most of the time, in some cases, and all the time in other cases, at least as far as that saying goes. So, as a result of having killed the wall of flesh, we now have hollowed ground, and more crimson than I'd like to deal with. But on the upside, the drill containment unit does not seem to care. It's completely unfazed by the difference in material. So, really, it's mainly just a matter of having tougher mobs to fight. Both in general and in boss sense. Because, you know, the Eye of Cthulhu could have randomly spawned at any time pre-hard mode. Now the mechanical bosses can randomly spawn at night. Not that I should have anything to worry about with the mechanical bosses or anything like that. It's just a nuisance that I'd have to deal with. Because in the end, I just want to destroy this planet as fast as possible without explosives. And, you know, if I have to stop to defeat a mechanical boss here and there, not only does that mean that I have to stop and defeat mechanical bosses, That also means that one day I'm going to have to deal with Plantera. Because if all 3 mechanical bosses decide to challenge me in the night, that Plantera bulbs are going to spawn all over the underground jungle, and I'm going to have to destroy the ground that's below them because I'm trying to destroy all the ground, which means that Plantera will spawn. I guess on the upside I won't have to deal with the Golem, but I don't know. The Golem's frankly the easiest boss in the game. I could probably beat him before the Eye of Cthulhu with a brand new character, if given the chance. I could just be really miscalculating my odds, but I honestly feel like that's an accurate statement, even as absurd as it may sound. It'll probably take a very long time, given the fact that the Golem has a lot more hit points than the Eye of Cthulhu, but I feel like the attacks are easier to avoid from the Golem. And so, if I want to play the patient game, and, you know, have it be a 30-minute fight, then I'll be able to beat it more easily than the Eye of Cthulhu. With, like, Night 1 gear. Alright. Well, I guess it's also relatively noteworthy that I won't have to worry about lunatic cultists and the lunar cultists and whatnot either. Because I believe those are supposed to be post-golem, so if I don't fight the golem, they don't spawn. And so that means I don't have to deal with lunar events and moon lords here either. So that's definitely a plus, because the lunar events are time-consuming, and even with beetle armor, which I don't have right now I have Stardust armor, I'm kind of expected to die 3 or 4 times in the process of taking out the 4 towers. So let's see, we are still over 100 blocks above the surface. We need to get to the point where we're just below the surface before we can get to the part where I end up destroying the Dungeon Guardian. Those will be fun times. According to some people's accounts, the Bone Key is the second rarest item in the game. Even though it's a 100% drop, they determined that rarity based on how many people have obtained it. So it is certainly a elite status symbol that's must-have for collectors. Supposedly less people have that percentage-wise than people who have the OT8 achievement in Postal 2. So it's definitely worth going and picking up that item. Alright, I will see you next video.